Hello and a very warm welcome. You're watching Realty Buzz and this is Mansi Dave with you. Let's take a look on the latest happenings in the real estate sector. The top stories are: Civic body wants you to get better amenities over the next 20 years. Proposal includes creation of land pool, extra FSI for micro level and development of space. Let's take a look at the story in detail. With maximizing development of public amenities in the next 20 years as its focus, the Mumbai Municipal Corporation has introduced localized micro-planning benchmarks for creation of different facilities in its Draft Development Plan 2034. The city has been divided into 150 planning sectors for micro-level and spatial development. The BMC has set varying benchmarks for educational, civic and social amenities at planning sector, ward and sub-city levels. Considering the land constraint, some of the benchmark has also been scaled down in comparison to the previous 1991 DP. For instance, the allocation of 2 square meter a person of open space for island city and 5 square meter per person for suburbs, proposed in the 1991 DP, has been reduced to a uniform 2 square meter per person for the entire city. The existing availability of open space in the city is 1.24 square meter per person. The BMC has also planned several measures to ensure it achieves the benchmarks, unlike the earlier DP. A case in point could be the proposal to get developers of large-scale project to reserve land for public amenities. Around 15% of the land will have to be utilized for amenities if an industrial area is being used for residential or commercial purpose. Any development on cotton mill land will mandate reserving 20% of the area for public amenities. The land made available for such pooling will be assigned for recreational open spaces, markets, welfare center, police jockeys, dispensaries, fire stations, and among others. The land will be allocated, taking the deficiency in the amenities in the area into account, and priorities will be decided with the help of the radar diagrams for each planning sector, states the Draft Plan 2034. Moreover, a higher FSI has also been proposed for built-up amenities, with 385.9 hectares proposed to be developed under the scheme. To promote inclusionary housing, developers taking up project on more than 2,000 square meter will have to hand over 10% of the built-up area to the civic body in the form of small tenements. The BMC will in turn use these tenements for project-affected households, businesses and community workplaces for restoration of livelihood of displaced household. Moreover, the next headline says that the civic body has also proposed to increase the road network in the city from 18% of the total developed land to 20% of the total developed land in DP 2034. Around 12% of the land in each of the 150 planning sectors in the city has been proposed to be developed as road network. Pedestrians and other users were not specified in the earlier plans. In DP 2034, the right to roads has been proposed and the allocation of footpaths and carriageways has been made in the Development Control Regulation, states the DP. Now let's take a look at the union budget and its effect on the real estate sector. Realty sector home buyers pin hopes on budget. With the union budget, prospective home buyers and builders in the city are ready with their wish list. Reduction in interest rate, increase in tax exemption for home loans, single window clearances, incentives for affordable houses, and reduction in service tax are just a few of the demands from the realty sector. Experts say lowering of interest rates and increase in tax exemption on loans is the need of the hour. It will reduce the burden on home buyers significantly and encourage purchase of properties. The budget must give a boost to affordable housing in the city. Moreover, an increase in tax saving under ATC from the current Rs 1.5 lakh and home loan exemption rate for Rs 2 lakh will increase the purchasing capacity of many prospective buyers. Builders are also hoping that the budget will focus on giving faster approvals to projects. It is said that single window system could work wonders for the realty sector. Many projects get stuck because the complexities of government channels. Thus, faster approvals will help compromise several stalled projects. The realty sector has been witnessing a slowdown in the past few years as both new launches and sales have fallen drastically, resulting in prices hitting the sky. The necessary funding could either be provided through budgetary allocation or from the Credit Guarantee Trust fund set up by the government. The next news of importance is, are a colony to be a growth hub? The civic body will further end up reducing the green cover in the Sky City with the plans to develop RA Colony as a growth hub. If the BMC draft plan is to be believed, 1,009 hectares of RA land is set to be developed into a theme park and various small recreational parks. It will also house an international zoo, educational institution, housing projects, along with public amenities and transport facilities such as a bus rapid transit system, which is BRTS. In the previous DP, RA Colony was designated as a low development zone. However, the draft plan claims that the reservation has not been a deterrent to unplanned development activities in the area. In contrast to 1991 DP, the BMC proposes to develop RA Colony along the lines of New York's Central Park and London's Hyde Park. But the question is, with around 377 hectares of land already committed to various projects at RA, the plan of using another 1,009 hectares raises the question whether the city will lose another green cover under the pretext of providing public infrastructure. What do you think? The master plan for RA includes opening up land for construction of large-scale specialized educational, research and medical institutes. There is paucity of land for accommodating institute in the city. Renowned national institutes such as IIM, NICMAR, etc. choose to locate in other metropolitan cities. RA can give opportunity to serve as an institutional node. In addition to the Goregaon-Mulund Link Road and Metro 3 yard, the DP also plans to introduce BRTS and creates a high-speed east-west link. What may rile up environmentalists is the proposal to have housing for project-affected people, along with the development of retail services and public amenities. But there is an opposition to this idea. The opposition to BMC plans to convert RA Colony into a business hub continued to grow. State Dairy Development and Revenue Minister Eknath Khadse, one of those criticizing the plan, has written to Municipal Commissioner Sitaram Kunte asking him to drop the provision for the draft development plan. RA Colony is owned by the State Dairy Development Department. Mr. Khadse wrote to Kunte asking him to remove the plan to develop 1,009 acres of RA Colony from the draft DP altogether, even before suggestions and objections are invited from the public. Khadse has earlier too strongly opposed the proposal development of the colony, even more so as it was made public by the BMC without consulting his department. Well, on all this, the news has taken up a very important bent by now. Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis said on Wednesday he was in favor of protection of green belts in the city. He further says, "We will protect the existing green spaces in the city. The proposed development plan will be passed by the Standing Committee of the BMC after hearing suggestions and objections from citizens. The final decision has to be taken by the government. We will not take any decision against public sentiments," said Mr. Fadnavis. Mr. Fadnavis said the government will undertake present development activity, allowing only barren land to be used for development projects such as car shed for the metro railways. He further said the development plan of Mumbai will be finalized by the end of the year. The next story in line, more FSI won't mean affordable houses. The draft development plan, which envisages affordable housing, is unlikely to materialize. The BMC may be pushing for variable floor space index in the range of 2.5 to 8, which would mean more vertical growth, but affordability still remains a question. Real estate experts said the cost of land was causing huge dent in the projects. At present, more than 50 to 80% of a project cost goes in land purchase. Now, with huge premiums, it has become virtually impossible to provide affordable houses, said Mr. Pankaj Kapoor, CEO Lidzis Faraz, a real estate research firm. Earlier, when the FSI was increased, the cost of land went up as well. The DP talks about transit-oriented development zone, which may have affordable housing as it provided rapid transit without any means of additional transportation. The plan proposes curb parking and reduced vehicle access to discourage higher-income groups from purchasing apartments. The National Association of Real Estate Development Council, NAREDCO, said the civic body should waive off on the affordable housing segment. Though the FSI will be hiked in the suburbs, builders have to purchase additional FSI in the form of transfer of development rights, which is TDR. We welcome the increase, but at the same time, other costs are also rising, which discourage affordable housing. On a positive note, affordable housing and cheap loans are the top budget demands. Real Estate Budget Expectations 2015 research says that affordable housing and cheaper home loan remains at the top of the budget wish list. Many potential buyers are also expressed the need to provide subsidy on home loans up to Rs 40 lakhs. Union Budget 2015 is around the corner and expectations have crept up in the minds of Indian home buyers. The central government in its maiden budget had focused on improvement in the economic fundamentals, developing smart cities, implementation of infrastructure projects, increasing tax exemption on home loan repayment, etc. Well, the government has also relaxed FDI norms in construction. All these positive steps have made home buyers expect more from the Union Budget 2015. But will the budget make it easier for an Indian to own a house? Will there be another income tax rebate on home loan? Coming on to the other story, South Mumbai property prices, believed to be one of the most expensive in the country, may see some softening once the Mumbai Trans-Harbour Link comes up. The Mumbai Trans-Harbour Link, MTHL, also known as Sivri Nava Seva Trans-Harbour Link, is a proposed 22-kilometer freeway grade road bridge connecting Mumbai with Navi Mumbai. The bridge will begin in Sivri, South Mumbai, and cross Thane Creek north of Elephanta Island and will terminate at Churle village near Nava Seva. When completed, it would be the longest sea bridge in India. So when the trans-urban link happens, or when some of the other projects actually see the light of the city, that is the time when the traditional posh areas or premium areas of South Mumbai, say Bandra to Juhu areas, will see some softening of prices. So, get ready for softening of prices in your posh areas. These were the top stories, top realty trends of this week. That is all for this episode of Realty Buzz. For more information on real estate sector, keep watching Spin TV. Goodbye. Take care.